Morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host, and today is Monday, April 28th. We are on the tail end of our month and heading into May, and I'm wearing a wool blazer. What is that all about? Other people running around in mittens today, I noticed on my way in, and oh my goodness, it's just not something we really want to be seeing. But anyway, we're going to hope for better things by the coming weekend, I think, with a little bit of drizzly and a few more colder days here. But hopefully we can turn that corner after we change the calendar. We are very glad you're with us on the Owatonna Today Show. You can, of course, find us on Charter Cable TV Channel 8, 6 days a week. Also out there on the internet, blip.tv, on Facebook, and on YouTube. If you just, in fact, Google us, you'll find Owatonna Today Show through one of those avenues. And, of course, if you are on Facebook, you can find us on Facebook and like us, and then you will receive notifications when the new shows are uploaded each week. We, of course, invite your questions and comments and suggestions for guest ideas and show topics, and the best way to do that is to get a hold of Leanne either by her cell phone number 390-5751 or by emailing at owatonnatoday@charter.net. We've got a great show for you today. A little bit later on in the program, out on location, we'll be meeting our Steele County Master Gardeners. Lots of fun there. Right when we come back from this first break, I'll be here with Mary Anne Higgins, and we'll be talking about the upcoming Senior and Caregiver Expo. So we'll take this break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltfett of Horizon Eye Care Professionals. Eye care you can trust. We're proud supporters of Owatonna Today.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Hi, I'm Linda Anderson, and I play Sarah.
And I'm Ann Skanesny, and I play Mandy in LTO's current production of Time Stands Still, directed by Craig Berg.
Performances of Time Stands Still will be held Friday and Saturday, April 25th and 26th at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, April 27th at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at 7:30 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online.
Don't miss LTO's production of Time Stands Still.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us on the Owatonna Today Show on this Monday, April 28th. Mary Anne Higgins from the Owatonna Care Center. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And this is actually a topic that I know a lot about, so I could answer some of the questions.
Perfect.
But I'll have Mary Anne here too, and we'll just chat. We'll have a conversation about the Senior and Caregiver Expo, because she and I are actually on the EARN, the Elderly Advisory Resource Network Committee, together. So I know a lot about this particular topic today. So we wanted to start with talking about, we have our little poster here. We know we have Ron Shera coming, but just so that folks get an idea, again, of what the EARN Committee is, as a general rule, we meet monthly. Who are we? What do we do? Mary Anne, can you kind of help define that?
Yes, we are a group of people that provide services to the elderly and caregivers here in Steele County. We are made up of business organizations here in this area, and we meet once a month to provide educational opportunities for people here of Steele County.
And this being the biggest one, the Senior and Caregiver Expo, probably the biggest thing that the EARN Committee works on.
Correct.
And then, kind of finishes it up one year and kind of ramps up and starts getting ready and for the next one, which is typically at this time of the year.
Correct.
But even the Senior Expo, or now Senior and Caregiver Expo, started off a little bit differently. And so it's the 11th annual, but it started a whole lot smaller than this, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It started at Senior Place, and it was just in the multi-purpose room with just a few booths, and it's now grown to be at the Four Seasons Center, with both arenas this year being used.
Because both, I think, community-wise and vendor-wise or business-wise, or those who provide goods and services services to seniors and caregivers. That quickly grew beyond the multipurpose room to where there were so many more that wanted to be able to offer their information and education on that day.
Correct.
As well as attendees. I can imagine trying to circle all those folks through the multipurpose room was not an easy thing either.
No, and especially with the blood drive, it really helps to have that extra space for the blood drive and to have our ambulance come in, and we also have vehicle inspections. We really need to have that extra space.
So the Four Seasons has been a great location now for how many years?
This will be the 5th year at the Four Seasons.
At the Four Seasons, okay. So about half of the time now we've been going at the Four Seasons and continue to, I think it's found its kind of its normal size, I think, and generally 60-some booths.
Yep, somewhere between 55 and 60 is a great number for us, especially because, as I said, we have the blood drive. We also have the ambulance come in. We're having vehicle inspections. KRFO will be there to broadcast this year again, which is a great opportunity for us. Cabela's will be having a nice large booth. And Ron and Raven will be on hand afterwards to sign autographs.
We're pretty excited about a couple of those things. Cabela's joining the Expo as really a major sponsor this year and helping us to bring Ron Shera here and then to provide a neat element to the program itself in the way of door prizes and things like that.
Yes. So. They're also providing a nice $500 outdoor package for us to be raffled. And the raffle tickets will be available the day of the Expo for $5 at the doors. So you can buy as many tickets as you would like.
Ooh, with the opportunity to win. Now, the Senior and Caregiver Expo, and I say caregiver there because that's kind of the way my brain is headed. Once upon a time, we were talking mostly just to seniors. In the last couple years anyway, it's kind of taken a turn. We're finding so many more people involved in the care of an older loved one that we wanted it to be more about encompassing all of that. Those that are maybe looking for themselves, but those adult children and others who are helping those individuals. And so we kind of changed the name to the Senior and Caregiver Expo, and it spans a much greater age range, I guess.
Yes. And part of Steele County's interest here is to try to keep people in their home as long as they can and to provide that continuum of care. And it's nice for caregivers to know all the different services that are available to them to come into their home to help them care for their loved one.
Exactly. But then it runs the full gamut. So it's everything from healthy seniors and organizations and SEMCAC, Meals on Wheels, all those kinds of things, all the way to home health, to Brookdale Senior Living, where I work, and Owatonna Care Center, where you work. And so we're also talking about those actual care communities then, that if that ends up to be something that someone wants information about, they're able to.
Yes, and in particular, accessible space, which is great for people that are handicapped to get some of that information. Yeah. We also have the Kiwanis Club. Yeah. We have Grandparents for Education. Yeah. So we've got a whole lot of different things as far as topics for people to come and see.
Lots of really, really good information, and then some screenings and things that are always provided, blood pressure and things like that. One of the things we don't want to leave no time for, but we do have Ron Shera and Raven here, and so that's huge. He is well known across many, many ages, and of course he's got a large following here in Minnesota. He and his dog Raven are host of Minnesota Bound. Comes from a great history of outdoors, recreation, and we are very lucky to be able to have him come and speak this year.
It ties in perfectly with the opening of fishing season.
It does. He's going to be even telling some fishing stories.
This is true.
Yeah, I think he's, what's his topic again?
It is called Fishing Stories to Remember, and some of them are true.
Ooh, just some. I don't know if we'll be able to tell when he's here speaking with us, but let's go through a rundown of kind of how the expo is opening and running then with him speaking. We've done it a little bit, configured it a little bit differently this year, and we're hoping it really works well because we're expecting a really healthy attendance for his portion of it as well.
Yes, we're using both sides of the arenas here at the Four Seasons Center. And the West Arena will open at 11 o'clock. And right next to the West Arena is the Owatonna Hockey Association food stand, which will be open for food that day. They'll be having pulled pork, sloppy joes, hot dogs, pizza, nachos, meal deals, beverages, and desserts. The doors will open at 11 so that people can go in and get their food, get their seat. Ron Shera and Raven will be speaking from noon until 1 o'clock. Okay. At 1 o'clock, the East Arena will open, and from 1 to 4, the Senior Caregiver Expo will take place. Ron and Raven will be on hand to sign autographed pictures at the Cabela's booth. That's where the health screenings, the informational booths will be. Minsure is also going to be on hand this year. We've got Ask the Expert booth. Kristen Haberman, an attorney at law, will be available for 45 minutes, as will Lon Thiel, our Steele County Sheriff. Edward Gollum will be available to talk about insurance and investments. And Sue Wood from the Workforce Center will be available from 3:15 to 4 for people too. Also, we'll have the Red Cross blood drive from 1 till 5 in the East Arena.
Okay, and we should remind people in that regard, the Red Cross blood drive will be set up kind of most, the furthest east, so you can come in that east door for the blood drive. It starts at exactly the same time that the expo doors open, and that's 1 o'clock. However, even as we're completing the expo and kind of taking down our booths, they will continue to be taking appointments and walk-ins all the way until 5 o'clock. So they're there from 1 to 5, and I know that they would certainly love to hear from you, to make an appointment. There's a number, I think, Mary Anne, that they can call, and that's 866-236-3276. Again, 866-236-3276. Anyway, just if you have a number to get a hold of the Red Cross, you can let them know that you want to come to the Senior Expo and give blood. They will take walk-ins, however. So if you're not sure that you can make an appointment and are just there for Ron, Raven, the expo that day, go ahead and stop by. They certainly appreciate any and all donations.
Correct.
So we've got just a great show coming up. It is Wednesday, May 7th. I don't even know if we said that, but it is coming up just around the corner. Last year we had a snowstorm. It was on May 1st. We don't want that again. We have ordered better weather for this year.
Yeah.
At least a little better. And so, again, the doors open at 11 o'clock. Main entrance. Food is available. You can get in and find your seat for Ron and Raven. He'll speak, then that arena actually closes and the other arena opens.
Correct.
Food will be available, though, all day long
Correct.
throughout the expo, and then we've got the blood drive that continues until 5 o'clock. So come on out and join us. Seniors, caregivers, one and all, it's going to be a great expo this year.
And don't forget, we also have the shuttle service to get to and from the arena, from the parking lots.
So if you're parked out there away, we've got some great kids that are helping us from the high school
Correct.
to shuttle you in from a further parking lot. So thank you, Mary Anne, for joining us, and we are looking for a very successful and a very fun expo this year.
Thank you.
And we invite one and all. We'll take a break for our Owatonna Today Show supporters, and then we're going to head out and meet the Steele County Master Gardeners. Stay with us.
Don't let the cold winter weather stop you from exercising. Keep up your fitness program at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. We offer a variety of different membership packages available on daily, monthly, and yearly basis. We also have a variety of programs and services to help the newest of members get started and to help those who have been around for a while improve on what they are doing. The Tennis and Fitness Center participates in insurance reimbursement programs with a variety of different insurance providers that could make you eligible for up to $20 credit each month. For more information about the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, call us at 444-4290.
Everyone deserves opportunities to have a good life, a quality education that leads to a stable job, enough income to support a family through retirement, and good health. But the reality is, many children fall behind, many families are struggling, and many others are in poor health. United Way's goal is to find long-term solutions. Thanks to a grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation, we're hosting community conversations this year to address these issues. If you'd like to join us, please call our office.
Hi, I am Dr. Amy Swain from Amy Swain Hearing Centers, and for more than 20 years I have been helping people hear better. It has been a very rewarding experience, but so many people put off getting help with their hearing. Clients often tell me they wish they had started wearing hearing aids sooner, as their quality of life was improved so much with better hearing. Call me today at 1-800-804-3361 for a free hearing test at Amy Swain Hearing Centers of Owatonna, Austin, and Waseca. That's 1-800-804-3361, where Dr. Amy Swain wants everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Ron Clancher with Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete. We support the Owatonna Today Show, and so should you.
Good afternoon or good evening. We're here at one of our monthly meetings of our Steele County Master Gardeners. And this month, Verna and I decided that we were going to do a little introduction for all of you out there viewing of some of our other Master Gardeners besides just Verna and myself. So we have a number of them sitting around the table. So we're going to go around and have them introduce themselves and tell you what their specialties are and maybe how long they've been a Master Gardener, and just so that you can familiarize yourselves with their faces as well. Verna and I are always a wealth of knowledge, but so are they as well. So we're going to just have other sources of information for you out there. So our first candidate here is, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Mary Cox. I live in the southeast sector of Owatonna. I've been a Master Gardener, I believe it's 6 or 7 years, and I feel that the areas that I have expertise in is working with children. So any of our viewers who have scout troops or daycare or small groups of children, I would be happy to come out and work with them. I've helped with community gardens. I like to grow vegetables, and I also enjoy landscaping. And I would be helpful if you have landscape problems, if you have built a new home, or if you would like to renew current landscaping that is looking kind of old. Give the extension office a call, and one of us could help you.
Very good. And Mary's also been helping out at Lincoln School in years past with their gardens. Did you do Wilson School too, or just Lincoln?
The Lincoln Garden, I have been referred from other teachers at Wilson, and let's see, there's another school, I can't recall the name of it, but I've answered questions to these teachers, yes.
Mary was a former teacher, so she's really good working with youngsters. Thank you, Mary. Mm-hmm. Next we have
Michelle Waddell, and I just received my 10-year pin as a Master Gardener. I was super excited. I became one because I was looking for a volunteer opportunity. I really like working with trees and shrubs. Those are probably the things I'm the two strongest in. I do okay with turf problems, and I like to learn what makes things tick in the garden, and I like, in the landscape field, I like to do things with old items, like recycling or repurposing, so that's a lot of fun for me to be interested in.
And Michelle is very good at selecting trees for you, because I put in some new trees in my own landscape, in my own yard, and I said, Michelle, I need a tree that gets this big, I want it to do this, flower, whatever, fruit, and she always comes up with some really cool varieties for me. So she's very knowledgeable in the tree area, so I appreciate that knowledge in her. All right, moving on to...
Hi, I'm Jane Starman, and I am a Master Gardener for 2 years. I like both the beauty and the bounty of gardening. I like canning, preserving foods, and hosta gardening is my favorite thing.
Yes, Jane's a rather new member for us, but she's also taken on the role as secretary of our group here. So she takes the minutes of our meetings, and she does an excellent job at that. Welcome. And now we have one of our older members here, and you are...
I'm Nancy Brecky, and I've been a Master Gardener for 15 years, and I like vegetable gardening. I live out in the Lamond area, and I brought a couple of my plants along that I transplanted my tomatoes today here, and that's a garlic that started to grow, so I decided to plant it in a pot, and so I'll have it ready to grow if the snow ever goes away.
Well, tell them about what you have them growing in here.
In a little paper pot, you take your phone book or your stock market things that you don't read anyway, and you fold them and wrap them around a straight edge glass, and then you put the not folded end inside the glass, and then you take the glass out, and then you make these paper pots. And then you can transplant, and then when you go to plant the plants, you can just pop them in the ground and not have to care about the transplant shock and all. And then last weekend we went to Northfield for a horticulture day, and the gentleman was talking about garden art, and you get 16 gauge wire and you can kind of shape it and form it and make your own art. So I had brought a creation I made.
Nancy is kind of our vegetable extraordinaire. She always comes up with new varieties of vegetables.
And I've got some peanuts growing this year, too.
Last year she got us all sweet potato slips, and so some of us tried sweet potatoes. So Nancy's very knowledgeable in vegetable gardening. She wants to always grow stuff that she can eat and not just look at. So she gives us all raspberries when we're talking about flowers in our garden. So Nancy's our vegetable lady. Next.
Hi, I'm Lisa Frosteth. I've been a Master Gardener for 10 years now. I don't know what my expertise are, but I love to vegetable garden and perennial garden, and I've taken up pellet gardening too, and I also repurpose pellets and make things out of them, so always looking for something new in the garden.
And Lisa has a very beautiful backyard. She was on one of the secret garden tours a few years ago, and she has a beautiful, beautiful backyard. She's really excellent in perennials, too. Don't let her tease. All right, next.
Hi, I'm Janice Jensen, and I live out by Pratt, Minnesota, about 8 miles south of Owatonna. My favorite thing is, I've been a Master Gardener for 6 years. My favorite things are collecting seeds and starting plants in the spring. So I have quite a few plants started already. I am currently reading a book called Gathering, and it is written by the lady who started the Seed Savers Exchange down in Iowa. And so far they haven't gotten to Iowa yet. They're in Missouri and Kansas. But so that's really my interest. I have always wanted to graft. And I was given the opportunity a couple weeks ago to graft a tomato plant. So I'm growing enough tomato plants that I can do a little grafting. And I guess that's it.
Okay, here. Let's go back here. Whoops. Let's go back here to Deb next. This is our Master Coordinator, Deb Arlt.
Hi, I'm Deb Arlt. Yeah, I'm the coordinator of this wonderful group of women that's very talented. My specialty, I think, is plant pathology. I have a degree in plant path and also in agronomy and weed science. So I like, disease things. The group calls me the bug nerd. I don't know, but I do like to identify bugs also.
And she is our plant path person, so diseases, she's it. She's an excellent coordinator. She keeps us all in line. And now we have one of our interns.
Hi, I'm Joanne Peterson. I am a Master Gardener intern, which means as of January of this year, I am taking an online course through the extension program at the University of Minnesota. I should be finished in May, and then I get to start working with the rest of the gardeners. The program's been really fun online. There are people throughout Minnesota involved. We have forums, so it's a great learning experience for me. After moving to Owatonna, I decided I really didn't know anything about gardening, and so doing the Master Gardening program was an interest and on my bucket list.
Well, and we're glad it was on your bucket list. And last but not least, we have Verna, and you probably know Verna and myself quite well because we do this about every other month. So you want to just tell them, Verna, a little bit what you like?
I guess some of my favorites would be to start seeds. I love to do organic as much as possible, vegetables. I like wildflowers, and I like making compost. So I dabble in a lot of things.
And she's also got a very beautiful backyard, too, and she was on the Secret Garden Tour a few years ago. And I would have to say my interest mainly is perennials. I truly enjoy perennials. I like to plant landscape things, trees, shrubs in my yard. I think I've pretty much replaced everything in my yard since we've moved there. So those are kind of my areas of expertise. I do have a small vegetable garden just to kind of make sure that I have that as well. But I just like growing things, and we're all ready for the snowbanks to go away, the grass to turn green, and everything else. So this is our Steele County Master Gardener meeting. We're welcome. Glad you could all join us, and hopefully you'll see some of our familiar faces out in the crowd. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jake with Napa Auto Parts.
Napa has the know-how for all your automotive needs.
Napa is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Welcome back. Wasn't it nice to meet our Steele County Master Gardeners? What a pleasure to be able to do that out on location. Time to wrap up the program here with a couple of scholarship announcements. The Nancy Schroet Memorial Scholarships are awarded annually in honor and in memory of Nancy A. Schroet, who lost her 4.5-year battle with cancer in the winter of 2001. Nancy was a 30-year teacher with the Owatonna Public Schools. $500 each will be presented to a graduating Owatonna High School senior fast-pitch softball player and to a graduating Owatonna High School senior band member. Applications are, of course, available at the Owatonna High School Career Center or by calling Jean Westberg at 451-4207, and she'll email you the application. Deadline is fast approaching, Friday, May 16th at noon. And, of course, if you're applying for scholarships, those come up quickly because there's a little bit of work to be done. Little Theater of Owatonna also is proud to announce it's seeking eligible candidates for its 7th Sarah Foreman Memorial Post-Secondary Scholarship. This one is meant to recognize and support the post-secondary education of a current Steele County resident or previous, that would be prior to 2014 graduate of a Steele County high school. Details and forms for the application can be found on the Little Theater of Owatonna website or from any of the county's high school counselor and career centers. Deadline for that application is May 23rd, so if you're interested in either of those, check them out. May 1st is the deadline for nominations to be submitted for the Steele County Livestock Hall of Fame for 2014. The award pays tribute to those who have shown leadership in the livestock industry, county, state, and national, and their impact on the livestock industry, both in all those areas as well, county, state, and national. Applications for the recognition, it says they were due, applications for the recognition of the Century Farms. That's an entirely different thing. We're not going to go there because that is been and gone, I guess, in early April. So we're going to stick with the nominations for the Steele County Livestock Hall of Fame. Those, again, are due on May 1st, so just a couple days from now. The Steele County Historical Society is pleased to announce children's programming for Thursday, May 1st. Isn't that Wednesday? Do I have my dates wrong? No, Thursday. Thursday is May 1st. Okay. Yeah. Had to refresh there. That will be at 10:15 and at 6:30 at the History Center. The History Detectives, that is preschool-age children, will meet at 9 o'clock. This is a new time in the exhibit hall of the History Center. The topic will be the history of May Day. Participants will make a basket, plant something to take home, and enjoy other activities. The time travelers, then, children in grades K through 6, will meet at 6:30 at the exhibit hall, and the topic for the evening will also be May Day. So a lot of fun things coming on this week. We welcome you to join us for Wednesday's program. We will be on the last day of the month there, since I now have my dates straight, and we will be talking the Health and Wellness Initiative and also Good Shepherd Nursery School. So please join us on Wednesday. Have a great day.